Wanadhani asibongo lala.
Tumejamu sijifanye uja notice.
Wanadhani asibongo lala.
Tumejamu sijifanye uja notice.
Mwambie punde imechoka sana.
Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get.
Kuna jambo nilikuomba baba,
kuna jambo nilikuomba. Kuna jambo nilikuomba.
Hey Mr. Kasongo, ulienda kuona mpira jana. Kwa hivyo ulisikia ukiambiwa eti Ruto must go?
Hapana, no.
Hapana, jebu sikia hii.
Oh, okay.
Yani mliamua?
Na tuliamua you must go home.
Hey, naona mmekuja kweli.
Wewe waacha maneno mingi. In fact Wakenya walisema wewe ni mwizi pia. Sikia. Salale. Waacha kusema salale, wewe Wakenya wameungana kukutoa.
Wakenya wakiungana wenye muungana leo. Nakwambia asubuhi na mapema.
What?
Ruto anaenda nyumbani.
Hapana.
Really?
Sio mimi. I will not agree.
From the word go, we reject the finance bill 2025-2026. We reject it. We reject. Before hata muirete muitebo, tushai reject hatuitaki.
2025 finance bill is here. My friend, Kenyans, sisi William mtu anataka kutufanya maskini kabisa, poverty. Ndio muna kila saa mmeinama kwake hivi. Imefichwa. Mnajua hawataki kuiweka in open. Unaona vile hizo mabill za sijui ya dama nini zilikuwa zinatengenezwa State House. Nani AG anaambiwa kuja sign. Hii imefichwa hivyo, lakini tumeitoa na tutaitoa. Tunagoja tuone venye wataileta. Na niko nayo hapa. Niko na finance bill 2025. Zile taxes zenye mimi najua mnaenda kuongezewa, it's about 13 of them. 13 of them itakuwa worse kuliko yenye ilikuwa ya 2024 yenye tulikataa. Until when? This time wakileta hatutaenda nyumbani. Wacha hivyo, sijui tulikuwa tunaenda, sijui tutaenda. Kama ni kwenda twende, wenye watakufa wakufe na sisi hii nchi ikombolewe. Hakuna ndio hii hapa. Wacha niwapatie 2025 finance bill kama ujui nini iko ndani. Now budget ya nchi mahali wana nini imepanda to 3.385 trillion. Ya last time ya 2024 ilikuwa 3.06. Imepandishwa na 325 billion. Makiu na treasury juzi imesema 1 trillion imewithdraw kwa treasury, haijulikani mahali imeenda. So kwa hii 3.385 to 1 trillion budgeted corruption. Now hizi ndo taxes zenye ziko. VAT, value added tax, inaongezewa to 18%. Currently iko wapi? Iko 16%. Kumbuka William Ruto akitoka alisema kwa interview, alisema by the time anatoka kuwa president VAT itakuwa 22. Afadhali hata wangekuwa nasema ikuwe hadi 50, lakini ukienda hosi ni free. Ukienda venye countries like Switzerland zinafanya, ukienda kama ni maji ni free, kama ni stima ni free. Sisi hatuna shida, education free. Lakini sasa utufikishie VAT 22% na sisi haya VAT 18%. Hii internet yenye mnasumbua nayo imekabiwa. Internet utakuwa na internet access levy ya 15% of the bundles zenye umenunua. Fuel levy imeongezeka by 10 shillings from 25 to 35 shillings per liter. Mazingira tax similar to eco levy on all goods. Pay as you earn inaenda at 37.7 for the high income earners, na minimum itakuwa 25%, the lowest rate. Now VAT on products kama milk, bread zinakuwa na exemption ya tax zimewekewa. Now kuna hii ingine inaitwa neonatal ama newborns tax. Msizae mnasumbua nchi na kuzaa nini. Kuna hii ingine inaitwa diaspora remittances levy. Kuna hii ya mobile money levies on all pay bills and till numbers at a rate of 1% of the amount paid. Agriculture tax imerudi. Agriculture tax at a rate of 5% of farmers sales of tea, coffee, avocado, etc. Now, land rates payable on all land, whether leaseholds, leasehold or freeholds. Idle land tax at 10% of the value of the land. Green levy tax. Green levy hiyo ina include sugar levy. Kuna sugar levy na kuna sugar levy ni itaenda kwa all chocolates, soft drinks and other drinks. Kuna plastic levy on all products with plastic packaging. Halafu nyinyi mnasema tu hapo, my lord, hii hatutaenda nyumbani. Hii nayo tumeamua. Either tuende sisi wote, wenye watabaki waende. Wenye watabaki wataendeleza nchi. Lakini we won't allow this. Haki ya Mungu sasa si masomo, si nini yaieleweki hapana. Kenyans, until when? Until when?
Kama bado mnalala, proposal ya finance bill 2025 imetoka. Na let me tell you Maina, Buda, wazazi kama unapanga kuzaa, wakulima, wanabiashara, Gen Z, watu wenye wako employed, kila mtu anafinywa kufinywa. Hata ukaa shosho yako mahali hapo, mzazi wako mahali yako, shule. Nini tena? Kila kitu ni kupanda VAT. Hey, right now I'm convinced this is a transfer of wealth. Yani, gava inachukua kila kitu from your pocket. Juu ikishachukua wao si wanaeka kwa mfuko yao. This is a transfer of wealth. Ndio maana hata unaona shisha ifanyi. Ukituma kwa shisha inaenda. Ukienda kutafuta service upati.
My people, finance bill proposal 2025 tutaenda haraka haraka, don't scroll, listen up. Mlifikiria ya 2024 ilikuwa rahisi? Hii ndio motto. Haya, let's start with, kama una plan kuanzisha familia this time ni kubaya. Kuna kitu inaitwa neonatal tax. The moment you bring in a newborn baby to the world, you have to pay tax for that particular child. Yani unataxiwa kwa kuzaa mtoto kiumbe ambacho Mungu amekupea kama zawadi. Anyway, the second one is land. Whether the land is free or the land is leased, you have to pay 10% of the particular land. As long as you are in Kenya, you have to pay 10% of the tax. Alafu, in that particular land, si utapanda mimea, hiyo sasa ni agriculture. You have to pay 5% of the products you're going to get out of that particular land. So it adds up to 15%. Are we together? Aya, let's go to the next one. Tuko na internet. Kama unatumia internet, you will be charged 15% of the bundles you buy. Are we together? Majenzi. Hey, ni kumoto this time. Aya, let's go to kuna kitu inaitwa green levy. Green levy hiyo iko na vitu mbili. Tuko na plastic tax na tuko na sugar tax. Kitu kama yogurt, unapatanga yogurt iko packed in a plastic. So that particular plastic lazima utoe tax. Alafu hiyo yogurt unapatanga imewekwa sukari. Kuna tax ya hiyo sukari enye kwa hiyo yogurt. Are we together? So you have to pay for it. Ni vitu kama chocolates, soft drinks and everything zinakuanga packed in plastic na ziko na sugar ndani yake. So everything will be taxed. Are we together? Tuko na mobile number. Kitu kama pay bill number, till number, you have to pay 1% of the paid amount. Are we together? So there are a lot of things that I've not even mentioned. But let me tell you, those are just a few. Ni kumoto this time. Hakuna kupenya. These people kuna a certain amount they wanted to reach. But ni kama walikuwa kidogo. That's why munaona kuko hivi. Ni kugumu, ni kuhot. Mimi napenda kuwachanua kwa mwenye atasikiza asikize. That is it. Stay tuned. Yani nimesoma hiyo finance bill mpaka nasikia nerves ni kama zime.
Do we expect to raise more taxes this year, Korea?
It's a difficult conversation to have.
Okay, let me start with this. Has Parliament approved a higher ceiling expenditure from what was there last year?
Certainly, yes. However, there are three sources of income to finance the expenditure side. There is tax measures, and remember, there are already existing tax measures.
Yeah.
So the question that we'll be asking is, are the current tax measures sufficient to finance the increment in expenditure side? Another source of income for expenditure side is what's called appropriations and aid.
Yeah.
We've seen a big jump, a big growth in our appropriations aid. Appropriations aid is income generated when government charges you for particular services, like when you apply for a passport or you visit a game park, or so that's what's called A&M.
Yes.
You've seen sufficient growth in A&M. We'll be watching on the space on donor-funded projects. Because how much now have we received in terms of donations? So first of all, National Treasury now has data on all that information, and we won't have that data until towards the last quarter, and that's why the date of 30th April is very important. It is to say now this is how much we have raised in A&A. This is how we anticipate to raise next financial year. This is how much we generated already in terms of ordinary revenue now. This is how much commitment you have in terms of donor funding now. And so the question is that sufficient to finance the budget? In the event that that is not sufficient, that's when there will be additional tax measures to now raise the additional revenue to finance that particular budget. But in the event that there is empirical evidence to show that the already existing tax measures, the appropriations in aid raised, and the donor commitments that we have is sufficient to finance the ceilings, then there will not be a need for a finance bill. But in the event that then that is, and remember, one of the challenges that we get, and I'm really looking forward to having as a robust conversation as we have. I think I was telling Mariam here earlier. I was checking reject finance between 2025 is trending on number 6 on X.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, I think you should talk about then the budget. As in, it's not just a finance bill; it's a budget. If we are able to find non-priority areas in the budget that need to cut expenditures on, then we will not need to have additional tax measures.
Okay.
As it stands, KRA has seen increased revenue collections over the last 2 quarters, but still fallen short of their targets. That tells you that already there's a shortfall, and there's likely to be one in the next year. So is it just safe to say there will be additional tax measures?
I think so, and also especially because the discussions we have when the budget committee is conducting public participation on the budget, at the same time the finance committee is conducting public participation on the finance bill. The two meetings are like heaven, as in the difference is like heaven and hell. The budget committee discussions are about we want more money for our roads, we want additional money for health, we want additional money for we want more dams, we want more roads. We want more, including even the state departments. We allocated this, but we want more. The finance committee on the other side is that do not raise any additional taxes. We do not want to. We have a tax. We don't need more. Then, like, how do you marry the two?
Yeah.
Where public participation on one side is saying we want these additional expenditures. Then on this other side, the same public, they come from the meeting on saying how much they want additional teachers to be enrolled. Then they come to us and they say, but usiongezee kitu.
So cut somewhere.
Unataka kuongezea kule, lakini hapa hautaki kuongezea.
Cut excess fat. And people have already said this. Cut excess fat. Why are you adding more money, for example, to Parliament, 5 billion shillings in the supplementary budget? Why are you putting more supplementary budget into State House to fuel vehicles and so on and so forth? Cut excess fat.
One of the key things that we rejected in the last year's budget was the land rates being introduced to freehold lands. Now they are coming back again in the new budget, and they are saying the cabinet secretary will decide who pays for the land rate, who does not. And he's saying the only people who not pay is people whose land are under the category agricultural land. So if your freehold land is not agricultural, a good example is right here in Kiambu and Karen, and Kiserian. You may not be farming, you may not have animals, or it's not arable land, so you'll have to pay the rate. In other words, they want to force you to sell your land. That's the bottom line, nothing else. Budget.
In the meantime, Kenyans have rejected President William Ruto's 4.2 trillion shilling budget for the 2025-26 financial year. According to financial experts, if the budget is approved by Parliament in June, Kenyans will continue to be overtaxed, while government borrowing will also increase, further worsening the already dire state of the economy. And TV's David Mudhoka breaks down the numbers for us.
It will be Kenya's biggest budget in history if approved by Parliament. Initially, the 2025 to 2026 Hustler budget was set at 4.5 trillion shillings before Cabinet on Tuesday reduced it to 4.2 trillion shillings on Tuesday. Out of the 4.263 trillion shillings proposed to be spent by government from July this year to June next year, 3.096 trillion shillings will be spent on recurrent expenditure. 725.1 billion shillings will be spent on development expenditure. 436.7 billion shillings will be disbursed to counties, and 5 billion shillings will go to the contingency fund. The executive has been allocated 2.494 trillion shillings, the judiciary 25.749 billion shillings, while Parliament has been allocated 42.488 billion shillings. The government plans to finance the budget mainly through tax revenues such as income tax that affects payslips and value-added tax that mainly affects the prices of basic commodities. In the next financial year, government wants to collect taxes amounting to 2.835 trillion shillings, up from 2.6314 trillion shillings projected for this financial year. Total revenue for the 2025 to 2026 financial year is projected at 3.386 trillion shillings, up from the 3.066 trillion shillings projected to be raised this year, and will also include appropriation in aid, which refers to revenues collected by government entities for the specific services they provide. This means there shall be a revenue deficit of 831 billion shillings that can only be plugged through borrowing. Net domestic financing is projected at 684.2 billion shillings, while net external financing is projected at 146.8 billion shillings for the upcoming financial year. Against the backdrop of the likelihood that new taxes will be introduced and the existing ones increased to finance the next budget, Kenyans who are already reeling from the harsh economic times have rejected the 2025 to 2026 financial year budget.
Iletwe kwetu tuichambue, na sababu already tunajua iko juu, tutaikataa kwa sababu kila kitu fuel ina hike. Ukiangalia sasa, kama ni tukienda kununua kama ni mafuta, sasa itakuwa iko bei ya juu kwa sababu wanataka kurecover hiyo pesa. Unaona? Na ile nyingi ni yenye hata iko kwa mifuko yao wanaiba.
They have further warned that the budget and the subsequent Finance Bill 2025 could trigger a fresh round of nationwide protests.
Mimi sipendi maandamano, lakini kikufikisha mwisho unashindwa kila ya kufanya. Kwa hivyo utapata mwananchi tu mwenyewe anatoka, sio bila kurasimishwa, hata bila kupangiwa. Unajitoa tu, unaona kama ni kukufa sasa, sitakufa kwa nyumba, wacha nikufie kwa watu mahali wanaona.
Economist Odhiambo Ramogi has also poked holes at the 2025 to 2026 budget estimates.
No, it's not an ideal budget. An ideal budget must have development, at least 30%. An ideal budget must have some investment. An ideal budget must attract investment. An ideal budget must focus on production. So this is not an ideal budget. It's a survival budget. They are just trying to survive until things either get very bad or somehow, somewhere, a miracle happens.
The Economist adds that over 1/3 of the budget has been allocated to wastage.
Budgeted corruption is a thing in the Kenya Kwanza administration, and that needs to be addressed. But it was also a thing in the Jubilee administration. Anybody who thinks Kenya Kwanza is new is mistaken. Kenya Kwanza is just a continuance of the Jubilee administration. What was wrong then is still wrong now. The high debt situation then is still here. The over-investment in public infrastructure that really does not make economic sense is still there today.
This year's budget policy statement containing the budget estimates was tabled in Parliament today afternoon and will form the basis for the drafting of this year's finance bill. Kenyans wait to see whether members of Parliament will consider their views when debating the statement and the finance bill.
It's a shame. Why is it that youth your age in other countries with fewer resources than Kenya are driving cars, having a good life, while you're here in Kenya and you're broke and jobless, as other people steal your money and livelihood? Do not be spectators. Do not be spectators as your life is being messed up. You are a force to reckon with. You are the fresh movement for fresh thinking and fresh action. Wacha niwashow, Kenya sio ya mabazu wanaokaa kwa kamati ufisadi wakisikiza tu ruhusa Japani. Tukiwashow ati graph yetu haina kibali, hakuna kazi, wanatudismiss kalale. Sisi sio wapenzi watazamaji, maisha yetu sio ya bahati. Wakiuliza sisi ni wanani, tuwashow ya kwamba sisi ni wa yule mama, baba, jamaa, mrembo, mtoto ambaye umempiga kiboko ya mateso. Mastingo yenu yamefika kikomo. Sasa ni wakati wa fresh. Uwe Mukami au Mwikali, uwe Suzana au Katerina, Jerry au Lawino, Fatma au Wafula, wewe ni Mkenya. Dondoka juu mambo ni fresh. Wakifunga tutafungua, wakipanga tutapangua. Sasa extravaganza ni fresh, mambo ni fresh.
Finance Bill 2025 proposals zimetokea, and trust me, ya last year walikuwa wamewahurumia. So here are the highlights, ndio msiseme amkuambia. At number 1 yenye ita affect kila mtu ni VAT. VAT imepanda from 16% to 18% on all goods. Kwa hivyo inamaanisha hadi zile products zenye zilikuwa zero rated kama maziwa, bread, maize flour, wheat flour, all the flours zenye zilikuwa zero rated hazikuwa zinakuwa taxed. Saa hii zitakuwa zinataxiwa 18%. That means kama unanunua maziwa ama bread at 65 shillings from July 2025 utakuwa unanunua the same product at 75 shillings. If you own land, you're going to be paying 10% of the value of that land as taxed. Haijalishi kama uko na freehold ama ni leasehold. Any land in Kenya, kama uko na shamba Kenya, utakuwa unailipia 10%. Wakulima, poleni kwa sababu mtakuwa mnalipa 5% tax on your product. So kama unauza coffee, avocado, tea leaves, any agriculture product, mahindi, utakuwa unalipa 5% of kenye umevuna ama kenye umeuza. 5%. Kumbuka umeshalipia shamba 10%, na hiyo shamba ikikupea avocado, hii avocado kumbuka utailipia tax. Okay? Yeah. Employed ninjas, pay imepanda from the maximum ilikuwa 35%. Saa hii wamepropose ipande up to 37.7%, na the least earning walikuwa wanakuwa taxed at 10%. Saa hii wana propose iende mpaka 25%. Kumbukeni, hapa bado haujalipa shisha, haujalipa affordable housing, haujalipa NSSF, haujalipa pension, haujalipa just release. Ulidhani 2025 ndo utazaa? Unfortunate for you, ukizaa unalipa tax. Okay? Mungu akikubariki na mtoto, unalipa tax juu ya kuzaa. Wacha tuguze Gen Z kidogo. If you use internet, utakuwa unalipia 15% of the bundles. 15%. Kai. Buddies, stay with me. Don't go anywhere. Kwa sababu, kuna tax ingine inaitwa Green Levy. Hii Green Levy iko na tax mbili. Kuna sugar tax na kuna plastic levy. Hii sugar tax ni ya chocolates, sukari of course. You see anything that has sugar. What else has sugar? Ice cream, yogurt. Yeah, utakuwa unalipa sugar tax on chocolates. Plastic levy ni anything iko packaged na plastic. From maziwa, kwa sababu Kenya nakwanga package maziwa ni plastic. From maziwa to cooking oil, to mafuta ya kujipaka, to skin care, to what else comes in a plastic? Everything that is in plastic. Hadi maji ya kukunywa, anything that is in plastic, soda, soft drinks zote. Anything that comes in plastic, mtakuwa mnalipia tax. Kai. Hizi ni tax mbili in one product. Kuna VAT na kuna plastic levy na kuna sugar levy tax. Okay. Ruto just release us. And business people, kama mnadhani bado mmeponea, if you have a pay bill, if you have a till number, utakuwa unalipa 1% of amount paid. So, kama unapata 1 million kwa hiyo pay bill number, 1% ni, my friends, utakuwa unalipa hiyo as tax. See, as something else as tax. And finally, ni mingi, but nilikuwa nimeandika just 10 of them. Finally, kuna mazingira tax. Mazingira tax, in short, ni eco levy. Ile eco levy yenye tulikuwa tunasema diapers, unaona, sanitary pads, unaona, eco levy. As long as wamechange tu jina. Wamechange tu jina from eco levy to mazingira tax. Ladies and gentlemen, anguka nayo, okay?
Democracy cannot operate unless we are tolerant. You tolerate your friend, your neighbor, to have an opinion different from yours. You don't have to call him names. He has a right to differ from you. That is his fundamental right. And he was not made so as to be managed by you or guided by you.
The Genz, it does not end up there. Let it flow downwards up to the county, even the ward level, so that we get what we want for a country.
Mimi kama ningeambiwa nitakuwa around mpaka 2040, sijui ningekaa namna gani. Unaona vile nahangaika na hii ya kusukuma hii yetu, ukipata 5 years una sweat. Ukiongezewa 5 unasema wacha itoshe, wacha mimi niende nyumbani. Heri hiyo yako unaweza kusukuma popote mpaka 2040. Hii yetu hii ni ngumu. Hata hawa waheshimiwa wanajua. Hii yetu iko tabu. Lakini jameni, itakuwa ngumu kidogo kama mtu wako na njaa, umaskini, mtoto hajasoma vizuri, utajivunia kuwa Mkenya kwa njia gani?
Second term labda urudie Sugoi secondary. Second term labda high school. Vile umetuonesha mzae jo. Umetupanga jo. Yana tunapara, ona vile nimeparara na nijipaka lotion asubuhi. Siku hizi hata wanaweka detergent kwa lotion. Yani economy imeharibika.
I want to tell you guys, if there is a president I have ever seen being the true symbol of national unity, it is none other than William Samoei Ruto. Why am I saying this? Even the Kalenjins are crying.
What does that mean? Ruto is fairly distributing the suffering across the country.
And don't buy into the political rhetoric of trying to divide you into tribes.
Yes.
Our problems are not tribal. There is no Kikuyu problem, there is no Kalenjin problem, there is no Luo problem, there is no Somali problem. There is no Kamba problem.
Yes.
Shift share knows no tribe. The university funding model knows no tribe.
Yeah.
Joblessness knows no tribe. All these problems that we point out, they do not know any tribe.
A few moments later.
Happy time, happy time.
The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love to sue.
What song?
Yeah, that song.
That song?
Maybe I think about it.
Oh
Know what? I slow it down. Say, ladies, do me this solid.
no. Ooh.
Eagle one.
Hey.
They not. You think they gon' let you disrespect pop, nigga? I think that open show will be your last stop, nigga. They confound. I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches go. The audience not dumb. Check the stories how you want. And Drake, they're not. Rabbit hole is still deep. I can go further, I promise. Take that some P rest there for bitching. You Malibu. Ain't no nah boy, yeah, bar boy, fresh Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You niggas are getting a wedgie. You flipped over your box up. What over your phone? The other badge, no option. Pussy, if that straight, they posture. Got fingers on the big counter. Right, this for the doctor. Till the pop off, quit hiding. Fuck the caption, it won't actually. No accident, I'm please don't. Fuck around, get polished. Fuck my way, bro, like he was in jail. That's conniving. He get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing. I'm glad these bros came home. Y'all didn't deserve no meal. Nigga, like some shit to sit you. Nigga, better not speak on some hate. And your homeboy needs a peanut. The predator moving flock. Your name gotta be registered. They place no nigga who watch. I lean on you niggas like a nigga line up. I guess all eyes on me and I'ma sit it up the. Hit the wrong nigga on me, let me get him. Sweet chin music and I will pass them. How many stock do I really have to stop? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Even that ain't 69. Freaky ass niggas get the steady ass in. Freaky ass niggas need the steady ass inside. Get the west up here right now, we outside. Eagle will say.
To my fellow young Kenyans, if you are not a registered voter, please make the time to go and register as a voter. Because Kenya's future depends on you and me. So how do you register? There are IEBC offices in every constituency, and that is where you register. So please find the location of the IEBC office in your constituency and register. All you need to carry is your identification card or your passport. There are those who are saying that Huduma centers are registering voters. Huduma centers do not have an IEBC desk as of now, maybe later. So please go register and let's prepare to save Kenya together. And for those who have registered, please go to the IEBC portal and verify your details. Please.
Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
Now, some of you are very wicked. And I don't have up to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Some of you are my village people. You are my village people. I will not hide mouth. All of you are my village people. You are the one that is following me. Go and subscribe to my YouTube to prove to me that you are not my village people. Thank you.
Hello. Hola, Cano.
kusambaza hiyo message.
Thank you.
Fagia
What?
I'll take it to
Karibu,
all the
karibu.
corners.
You
of
take
Kenya.
it to the entire nation.
Yes.
Eh?
Yes. It is a very solid car.
Thank you, sir.
Ndugu yangu,
God bless you.
fagia wote.
Kazi yangu.
Asante.
Ndugu yangu.
Good luck, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
God bless
Good luck.
you. I appreciate
All the
it.
best.
Thank you, sir. It's time for a fresh start. Tunafagia wote. Your Excellency.
Aya, alafu matopare. Okay, matopare. Matopare. Topa. Matopare. Matopare. Topa.
Itazidi kuongea kwa niaba ya Wakenya.
She asked me, baby, where you from? I told her, Kenya.
I beg of us, I really want to beg of us today, as the chair of UDA, let's stay focused to what it is we promise those hustlers. Because if we don't deliver, those hustlers will send us out of power, and they'll send us with vengeance. So let us talk about roads, electricity, education, health, types. Let's tone down on the politics. It is not healthy. It is not healthy. It is the wrong time.
Kuna nchi inaweza sikia kuchukua William Ruto. Wanaweza mchukua kwa sababu sisi wananchi, we don't need him. Ametuchosha. Ama nyinyi mjachoka? Mjachoka na Ruto? Ule mtu anataka kuchukua William Ruto, you can take him for free, take Wetangula for free, take Mudavadi for free. Tunawapea hizo takataka zote waende waongoze if they are good to you.
Majenzi mko? Kazi mnafanya kwa mtandao ni mzuri sana. Na tunapongeza nyinyi. Na muendelee. Mtaendelea. Lakini mtandao peke yake haitoshi. Tunataka mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Wale watu ambaye watakomboa Kenya hii, wenye kuamua Kenya itaongozwa namna gani, ni hao majenzi wetu mwaka wa 2027. Lakini hamwezi amua Kenya itakaa namna gani kwa simu peke yake. Lazima mchukue vitambulisho, lazima mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Siku hiyo ikifika muamuke saa 9, muungane na sisi na wengine, tuende pale kwa debe, tutafute uongozi wa maana ambaye utaheshimu wa Kenya, utaheshimu demokrasia na utakubali kufanyia kila mtu maendeleo. Tumekubaliana majenzi?
Hata nasahau tarehe ni gani. Mimi siko na tarehe kwa kalenda. Na mimi hata sina haja nayo. Mimi chenye niko nayo nayo ni serikali ya 2027. Huyu mkata ushuru tumtoe. Na tuungane si wote.
Meta vile naona nisha reject hiyo finance bill 2025. Ningoje tu date ya maandamano. Juu mambo yendi bana. Mimi hata wafanye nini? Mimi nisha reject. Mfanye nini? Nisha reject. Nisha reject. Nime reject. Mtoe date ya maandamano sasa bana.
Kwanza ikifika 2027 naiba mpaka kura ya madhangu na budangu. Sitaki warudi tu huko tena. Si youth church anuka. Madha zetu bado. Ruto unaenda home na 13 parliament tunaivunja. Wende home wote tuanze fresh.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm here to address you. You must go. Ruto must go. Kwapa na hatuendi. Kwapa tunalala huku na hatuendi. We don't fear you guys. You hypocrites. We don't fear you. Mr. Speaker, we don't fear you. Tuko ndani. We stomped inside. Sisi ni nani? I'm inside. Niko ndani. Na tunamalizana na nyinyi. Tunamalizana na nyinyi. Mmetutesa sana. Today is today. You must hear our cry. Sisi ni sisi. Utatusikiza. Hii ni bunge yetu. Sisi tumewafanya mko hapa. This is our parliament. You must hear us. Kama hamna masikio, tutawafanya msikie. Poa manze.
Sha nini? President tunataka kuambia uko na miaka 2 katika ofisi. Na hawa wananchi hawa they will punish you, na hata ukiwa na pesa watakutoa nje.
Wacheni tu mimi niseme na mapema. Ndio kama kuna list na andiko mniweke kwa list. I can't wait to reject Finance Bill 2025. I can't wait because I know it will be something absurd. It will be something mental. I can't wait. Mniweke kwa list jameni. List reject.
Idiots who don't want to participate in the affairs of their nation, they think things will just work in and of themselves. Then they are tribalists. And these tribalists, they think that they are only safe with people who are from their tribe. And tribe can mean people from the same culture, same language, or same culture. Then they are citizens. These are individuals who are responsible and know that when you want to be served, you must give those who have the desire and the intellectual capacity to serve you. In many societies, it is only a small percentage of people that can be called citizens, not more than 5%. And if a society wants to grow in the right direction, civic education is what will help the idiot and the tribalist to become a citizen.
Itoe Ruto Kenya, hata kama angalau najali. Sisi Kenya tumechoka na Ruto, maisha imetuharibikia, analipisha mpaka sodo ya wamama. Pure kabisa Ruto. We don't like you, go home. Tutatafuta kiongozi ambaye anapenda mwananchi na anapenda kijana kama sisi.
They want to be described as honorable even when they are horrible. They acquire things which they have not worked for. They promise us things that they know they will never deliver. And there is no shortage of such men and women in the African continent.
Now, why do you want Ruto gone?
We want Ruto gone because he is killing innocent people. He's wanting to pass the Finance Bill 2024. He's putting tax on sanitary products that girls can't even buy. He can't go to school. He's corrupt. He's taking the money. He needs to go.
Yes.
Get out. If you're going to raise anything, start with your hairline.
Nice.
Control, Alt, Delete, Ruto. The drunk did better than you. Drunkard did better than you.
Nice. Now the next election, yes. Unajua hawa ndio watakuwa nasema fagia wote ama mtasema namna gani? This generation, yes, they use their might because they didn't vote, the largest vote in the last election.
Hi Kenyans, mimi sina maneno mengi. All I want to say is Ruto must go like yesterday. Bye.